Hey guys, welcome to Properly Partnered. I'm Dr. Gregg. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about how you can identify and disarm the hidden behaviors that are unconsciously preventing you from meeting available men who want a real relationship. Now, when I say hidden behaviors, what am I talking about? Well, unconsciously, doing and saying things, acting in certain ways, giving off attitudes, displaying body language that we're not aware that we're doing. In fact, about 90% of our behavior as human beings is unconscious or automatic programmed behavior, and about 10% or less is actually deliberate, planned through and thought through activities that we're aware of and that we mean to be doing. With animals, it's 100% unconscious, learned, automatic, reactive behaviors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But human beings have been given something called a brain, and that gift allows us to decide on our own what it is that we want for our lives. That means what kind of life we want to live, where we want to live, who we want to be around, who we want around us, what kind of car we want to drive. Any of these things involves thought. Unfortunately, people don't always use their gift of thought and thinking to its maximum. But even when we are, it's no more than 10% of our total functioning in most cases, okay, for most of humanity. Now, why did I just say all of that, and what does it have to do with dating and relationships? These all turn into lasting beliefs, attitudes, behaviors, and habits that create a pervasive pattern over time that send out the messages to others about who we are. So, unless we are really on top of that and know what messages we're giving off, we may be misleading people. We may be misleading ourselves. If we have grown up with low self esteem, then we say and do things that show someone else what little self worth we have. So, for example, little self put downs like, oh, I'm so stupid, or making too many apologies, saying sorry too much. Things like that, self put downs, self criticism, apologizing too much, saying things like, oh, that guy is really attractive. He'll never talk to me. He's out of my league. Okay, that term out of my league or out of his league is an insinuation that you're inferior. And for those of us that have grown up with and struggled with low self esteem, these things can become a pervasive attitude problem. And without realizing it, we give that off. And the message we give off is that there's something wrong with us. And any self respecting, self loving person is going to pick up on that also unconsciously, because remember, 90% of human behavior is unconscious. They're going to pick up on that, and any person who cares about himself and is looking for someone with self respect is just not going to connect with you. I gave you some examples of the self, I'll give you some examples of the other. We might unconsciously push the person away or give them the wrong message by trying to have sex with them too soon. Even though in the gay culture people value sex and sexuality and being hot and being sexy, a person who's looking to have an intimate, close relationship with you might very well be turned off by you making it sexual too soon, too early on. Asking things like what are you into? Okay, has a highly sexual charge to it, and a person who's looking to connect intimately or get to know you as a person might very well find that as a turnoff. So you're going to be pushing this person away without realizing it. Okay, these are not things you're doing on purpose, but these activities are keeping you single because they don't portray you as a person who is open or capable of building a close, intimate relationship. Other things that distance you from the person without you realizing it or intending to are making assumptions. Making assumptions about what the other person wants, what the other person likes, what the other person needs, expectations that you may have, expectations from the person as to how long it should take for them to express interest in you, how long it should take for them to ask you out, what you think this person should say or do at a given time. These prevent the intimacy flow from occurring. Other unconscious, chronically single behaviors that will keep you blocked from connecting with someone are asking things like, "What are we?" Or "What is this?" Or "Are we boyfriends? Are we this? Are we that?" Putting labels is unnecessary pressure on the developing dyad. Give things time, space, and air to breathe. Go with the flow. Now, you now get an idea about what chronically single behaviors are and how we can engage in things that become a pattern of attitude and behavior and keep us from creating a connection, which is what we really want, but we're blocked from it because we keep in these patterns. Everybody's different, everybody's got different ones. What are your chronically single behaviors? What are the unconscious habits, attitudes, and patterns that keep you single? How can you become more aware of the things that you're doing habitually so that you don't keep doing them anymore? The great thing about being human beings is that we can learn and change. As much as we're programmed and as much as we've learned to do our patterns, we can also unlearn them and learn new patterns. We need to go deep within and figure out what are your chronically single behaviors that are keeping you from intimacy. Let me know if you have any questions or comments, and I look forward to hearing from you soon.